Hey, welcome in, folks. This is Babbage-nator. We are in the Long Dark, currently hanging out in Broken Railroad. We have done a bunch of stuff. We've killed wolves. We have cooked wolves. We have not found a bedroll. Look at all our cooked meat here. Oh, I'm so close to running out of food. Die. Do we need more firewood? Yes, we do.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Let's go grab some. We have some deer meat out there, right? I'm going to throw this on here. This is my bio, and this is the challenge. I am a TLD streamer. I streamed Long Dark, and I am based in Canada, in Vancouver, BC. I'm a writer. I'm a former computer games programmer, and I am... what else am I? I wear a lot of hats. We'll just leave it at that. What's crowing over here?
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Oh, that's those ones over there. Okay. Hey, let's go find our meat that we left behind.
Meat trees? Backpack. With nothing. Here we go. Solve our food problem here.
Guess we might have another wolf encounter.
Come on, little fire. Sure getting cold.
Nothing left there. Although, do we have a hide on us? We do have a hide on us. We don't have enough maple saplings. Otherwise, we'd make ourselves a nice travois.
Gotta warm up somehow.
So today was Remembrance Day in Canada. So it is the day we honor those who fought in the wars.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
It's also a holiday here in Canada, so we have time off. Didn't have to work. But people go shopping, which is what we did. Made a big Costco run. Bought a lot of groceries. But I had these gift cards from earlier last year, I think. When I bought a cell phone at Costco, and they gave us a rebate, basically in the form of a whole bunch of gift cards. Anyways, so it was useful because groceries are expensive. Oh yeah. Okay, you're over here. Another one down. Okay. That's the bear way over there. Well, this is fine. This is totally fine. But yeah, so shopping. I should have known better. I went shopping. Costco was so packed. It's such an insanely busy place. I'd also gone to T&T earlier, with the Asian Grocery Mart, and that was mainly to do some other. We were low on some groceries, some produce stuff. Generally speaking, I find it's easier, cheaper to get it from T&T. And I had to replace the bulbs on my headlights because one of them had gone out, and I was like thinking, I don't want to be driving around and getting a ticket for having a dead headlight. I took care of that. All simple stuff. But like just a bunch of errands today. Tomorrow it's back to work. Even though I don't have classes, it's work. How are we doing here? Something's coming along.
Dusk, so night can't be far behind.
I wonder if we should just make a run for it. We don't have enough sticks. We go to the hunting lodge. Try to make it there before dark.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. Packing a bunch of meat and heading over here. Yeah. Are we going to make it 50 days with no bedroll? That's my question. The unintended challenge of going bedroll sleepless in Great Bear. It's not quite sleepless in Great Bear. I mean, we do get to sleep. It's just that we have no place to lay our head most of the time. But yeah, good to see you, E.G. How was your day? What were you up to? My day was mostly running errands. I don't know. I wondered about that too, whether I should pop over to that section and see in that far range rail line, see if it's in somewhere in there.
I can't feel my feet.
Oh, working on a record book. Kind of fun to dig around through the records. The history.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
Wow, over 100 years? Okay, where are you, buddy? I can hear you growling. Perfect. Get a rabbit, too. Oops. Yep, didn't get him in a good spot. Oh well. Where'd our arrow go? Oh, there it is. Oh, don't jump off the cliff. Oh, there's another one. I forgot there's two over here.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Getting initial top 50 list for each event, starting point. Yeah, that seems like a good way to start. Yeah. Time for pancakes, I guess. Ugh, wasted. Cool, look at this. Another box of crackers. Can you believe that? Another box of crackers. We might break 10. Anyways, let's put down our food here. We don't want food. Probably should make some more water. Oh yeah, I kind of get that. I kind of think it would be kind of cool if the
Perfect.
recipes were actually randomly scattered. Okay. No, there's only 3 left here. Too much work. He did. He knew his time was limited. Okay. Just go ahead and finish carving up this guy. Rock rabbit. Can make pancakes. Even if the syrup is ruined, we can still make pancakes. That's one thing I do like. Pancakes. Guess we should make some more tea. Oh, we can make a rosehip pie. Fancy. I know, they're not terribly practical to carry around with you, right? So... don't think there's enough time left. Fire remaining 27 minutes. We'll save it for later. I have definitely gotten to cooking 5, mostly on teas. You know, you do what you gotta do. Okay. Big horseshoe. Ooh.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
I need this. Hello, sir. I needed that. I've been looking for ever and ever and ever. Carrots. Huzzah, friends. Huzzah. We have finally found the bedroll.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Took us only 44 days to get there, but we found a bedroll. Bedroll, 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 bedroll. Have a bedroll. I knew it was worth coming to Broken Railroad. This was totally worth it. We're so set. We finally have mobility. Yeah, but luckily we do have cloth in this building, so we're fine.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, let's go ahead and sleep here. I use whichever one I get around to using. I think one is better than the others, though. Not creepy at all to keep a rope in the bathroom. That just feels weird.
I'll take it.
Okay, so we got stuff to do here. First things first, gotta repair this. Bedroll done. Now we also have to do some repairs. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, I do like the fact that we now have the ability to stay in more places. Yeah. Yeah, Blackrock is... If we get to Blackrock, we get to the end of our challenge. You can always go on and choose another spot to visit after that. But that's the first place we have to get to, is Blackrock. Which was terribly inconvenient because, like the Far Territories, it's a place that requires prep. You can't just go there. You have to make preparations so you can survive. Where are you, buddy? Can we draw you over here? Nope. Guess the other one didn't die. Where are you? Oh, he's over there. Ah! Moved. Where are you going? Oh, there he goes. Okay, let's see. Broke an arrow, didn't we? Okay, let's see. Hey, Prof. Niels, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. Let's see. Let me get caught up here a little bit on chat. So EG says, is Blackrock the first region we have to get to? It is the one that we spun the wheel, and that's where we had to be as our destination. When we get there, we get to spin the wheel again, or I get to choose a different challenge altogether. Let's see. EG says you need a program that tells you a specific region to get to, like the prison, and then when you get there, it gives you another location. Until you do 10 locations. Would you want the program to give you that itinerary in advance? Or do you want it to be like an orienteering exercise where once you get to the location, you get the next, location after that? I mean, I could, this is reading week for me, so I actually have a fair bit of time, and I can count this as like Python practice if I want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, welcome in, Prof. I'll give you a shout out. Prof. Let's see. Along with Timberwolf Mountain. Interesting. Okay. So, let's see. Prof. Niels.
What? Too
don't
windy.
know if you got your meow, meow, meow.
The wind changed directions.
We'll give you that in a second. Okay. And then Rolly wanted to and let's see. Yeah. So I think like getting location once you get there is hard mode. Yeah. Put a time limit. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I think that's yeah, that might be more of a. So one, like generating a list can be done like on a website. Like having it run simultaneously, run side by side with the program and just, I have to think about that. I have been wanting an excuse to teach myself how to write bots for chatbots for Twitch, so that might be an excuse to experiment with that. Yeah, see if it would work as a chatbot. The other thing that I could do is I could write it as a standalone executable and make that available. So, but yeah, we can play around with that this week. Okay, there is another wolf out here somewhere. 2 wolves. They have not died. So where was the one where I broke the arrow on him? Is it up here? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
starting to feel numb. Feels like night is coming. I can barely walk with this much gear.
So, Prof, we finally got our bedroll. Day 44, we got our bedroll. Long time to go without a bedroll. That's my new personal best for no bedroll. But yeah, there was a bedroll in the basement of the hunting lodge, so. We finally got our wish. Astrid can sleep anywhere she wants now. These guys are still running all over the place.
Come on, little fire.
Okay. Yeah, somewhere I should put in a place where people can make requests for me to write different generators and different different tools, either for TLD or for RPG stuff. I love writing generators. I really do. So if you have an idea for something, you could see like the one I wrote for, you know, there's a custom settings generator I wrote. So if you ever want to create a custom run with completely randomized settings. Oh. Think your time ran out, buddy. Game over. Early morning. Ooh. What you got going on? Something exciting? Oh, no rabbit. That can't be right. We've got some. Gotta be some here. Pretty certain we killed stuff, right? I know we've got 2 ptarmigan kills. So where are we at here? We are now at, let's see here. How come it's not showing me this? Okay, there it is. We now have 14 wolves killed. We've killed 0 deer. Wow. We've stolen deer from wolves, but we actually haven't killed any deer ourselves. We have killed 2 rabbits. And I know we've killed 2 ptarmigan, so you're right. We have, but we have been unsuccessful in deer hunts, I think. And I'm not entirely certain why. Okay, let's go back to this. Figures. Always with wind. No, it just shows you it, even though you don't have it. It shows you all the options for crafting something, but if you don't have it, you can't actually do it. Figures. I know both wolves are dead, so I don't have to worry about being jumped.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
And we'll go and sleep in the proper bed. Pancakes lose condition quickly, but it's okay. Let's see, where are they at? Yeah, they're at 42. They're still hittable. These should be dropped here. These are the ones that always lose condition the fastest for me, but oh, look at that. Actually, let's see, is there anything we can do? Keep sharpening. Okay. I really would like to get a better toolbox, but that's all we got right now. Okay, we're good. Getting close.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I forgot we had other stuff to drop here. Well, so I had a meeting today with my opera team. So the producer, the director, the dramaturge, the composer, sound engineer, and yeah, some at least one or two other people. And yeah, so we reviewed the libretto, which I turned in last week, and on the whole, they're very happy with it. Most of their questions have to do with how things are going to be, how they work with the music. And in some cases, it's harder to explain how things work without hearing it. So we're going to have to wait until February when we do the workshop. Okay, just quick check.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
But the latest update has to do with scheduling. I kept on getting confused as to when the debut is actually happening. It's still a ways out. We're not expecting to have the debut until Los Angeles debut November 2026. I kept thinking it was 2025, but there's not enough time for us to be ready for that, so it is 2026. Which means that the New York debut will happen in 2027. Oh. So that's still a ways out. I mean, I hopefully will have a permanent job somewhere. What? What's this about? Why is this guy here? Uh-oh.
Come on, little fire.
I don't think I remember the bear being up here. It's like, how in the world did it get up here? Why is he way over here? What in the world? Is he the one that's been moving my bedroll from place to place? It's him. Yeah, I swear it's him. He's responsible. Yeah, I've never seen the bear up at the lodge. I'm like, this is totally freaked me out. It's like, I'm hearing a bear. How did the bear get... Well, when I look at this tree, I mean, I can see this is a moose hunting tree or this is a bear hunting tree. But still, I was not expecting this. Yeah, seriously, folks. Is he going to come back? Might as well make some water while we wait.
I can't feel my hands.
Like, where does he even come from? What's the path for the bear? Did he come all the way up? Did he climb up? This Spidey bear? How does he do that? He just appeared.
I'm freezing.
How did he do that? And then he just jumped off the cliff. What? What in the world? So no, we're not going to see that bear again. Or maybe we won't. I just said we weren't, and then he showed up again. Coming back. It'd be really nice if you just showed up right next to this fire and died. Mm. Should I try this again?
The cold is making my head feel thick.
He just teleports.
Oh, so cold.
Is he gonna die? Such a weird bear. At some point he should bleed out, right? Not yet. Does he reset every time he teleports in? That would suck. Where are you, ptarmigans?
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Okay, we'll just make the assumption that the bear is still coming back. Where are you guys hanging out?
I've never felt so cold in my life.
How much water do we have now? Oh, we're carrying meat. That's why we're attracting the bear. No wonder. So the question is the bear going to bleed out or not? No.
Gotta warm up somehow. It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
I'm just curious if we can pull him all the way up here by standing around with meat in our pockets like this. Will he just pop back in? If we had archery 5, could we successfully kill the bear in one shot? Instead of these taking pot shots where the bear just pops in and then disappears. He's just keeps taking our arrows away. We have to go craft new arrows. Potato. I hope the bear just bleeds out at some point, but I don't know. So yeah, is he spawning in or is he teleporting in? If he teleports in from the bottom of the cliff to the top, then is the damage dealt to him remembered? Or is he a new bear every time he starts at the top? In which case, you know, he's not going to bleed out because he just disappears unless I could force him to stay up here somehow.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we're testing right now. See if the bear comes back. Keep the meat in my pocket and see if the bear comes back. Once was weird enough, twice was bizarre. If he shows up a third time, I think we climb the tree.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
The fire is good too, but the tree is kind of a nice solution here. I don't think he is. I think he stopped popping up. Okay.
I'm too cold to think.
So does the bear bleed out? So far, the answer is no. Are they up here? there. No, he flew away.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, I think the answer is he's not close to the cliff, so he's not showing up.
Jeez, this is cold. Do I get home? We'll warm up soon. I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay. Ugh. Oh, we're going to slip right down here. Why? So the first light we can go and finish crafting our arrows. bear die, or do we not get credit for the bear? Bear does not die, so I think the bear respawns every time he shows up at the top of the hill. On the top of the cliff, so we're not getting credit. We're losing arrows, but we're not getting credit for that. That's kind of lame. Lame. Yeah. We have 9 arrows. 8 more arrowheads. We might have to forge more arrows. We would need more coal. I think that's something we'd have to do in Forlorn Muskeg when we get more coal. Well, I guess that's true. We could go get further and further away from our goals, but yeah. See, we really need those. We really should make a rabbit hat. That would help us. No. Whoa. That was sad. Okay, so how are we doing for arrows now? We have 13 arrows. We could make 4 more.
Come on, little fire. Come on. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Okay, let's see. Let's fuel up this thing. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Getting so close. Then we can eat anything we want. Ooh. How are we doing time-wise? Ooh. Three. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get back those arrows. I'm going to have to forge new arrows, I think, at some point. I'm actually probably going to wrap up here soon, too. Could go for another half an hour, but honestly, getting some sleep in tonight would be good. So we'll see. We'll probably go for another... Yeah, maybe I'll do another 10 minutes or so. 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll go stream. Or raid. See, I'm already losing it. But yeah, thanks for your raid earlier, and thanks for hanging out with us. Ooh, big wind. The moose is here too. What is going on? It's a party. Dare we hunt the moose? Use up all our arrows trying to do this? This moose is not going to be a fun moose. I think we definitely have to use the tree here. Do we feel lucky enough to hit him for a long range?
My fingers feel numb.
We're going to need to move much closer and be much more vulnerable.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
Do we feel lucky? He was onto us. He was totally onto us. Should we try to go get our arrow? That was a pretty good effort. Let's get another one of our arrows here. Can we hunt them from atop the rock? That's a hit, but it's not a crit.
Come on, little fire. Oh, lucky day.
Okay. Okay, come back to the middle here and let us shoot you. Okay, how do we get him coming closer? Come on, just a little closer. Ugh, missed. Run so far away. Oh well. Give me a chance to get my arrow back. Okay, this will work, I think. Maybe. Oh, he moved. Cool. It's scary. Oof. The sad part is he's not going to bleed out. We just have to keep shooting him until he dies. Where is he at now?
Sure getting cold.
Should have taken some of the teas with me to warm up.
Damn, I'm freezing.
There he is. It's a miss again. See, if I'd stayed up there, I could have taken a couple shots on him. Yeah. Where's our arrow? Yeah, it came all the way around here. That's bad. Oh, we've got him. Yay! Finally. Victory! We got the moose. Took enough arrows. One. So how many arrows do we have back now? 8, 10, 11, 12. So we're missing 2 arrows somewhere out there. Okay, so we got a wolf over here. Yeah, we did it. We got ourselves a moose. And it's also bedtime, so let's grab some fire here, move over there. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. All we want to do is quarter it.
Perfect.
Oh, figures. Okay.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
You know what? Forget it. We're just gonna leave it a free solid and then we'll move it tomorrow.
Oh, so cold.
Things to worry about. Mysterious bear showing up.
getting kind of heavy.
Good stuff. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We are at... Hey, the bear eventually died. So he did bleed out. Okay, so this has been an eventful night then. Look at us. Productive? Productive. So we ended up killing one bear and one moose tonight. It is day 48. Almost on day 50. So we can make ourselves a moose satchel. And we can get ourselves, I don't know if we want the bear coat or not. Probably want the bear coat. One bear coat when whatchamacallit. Mac. Whatever. Blanking out. Tired. Yeah, so anyways, what do we have to do for next time? Let's make that note here. To do harvest moose, harvest wolf, harvest bear. Wow, that's pretty impressive. And then we yeah. We should have cooking 5. Moose satchel. More arrows. We want a travois at some point. Oh, bear coat. So, things to craft. Okay, that's us then. Everything's in good enough condition. Yep. Okay.
anything right about now.
Mackinaws.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I think we ate everything. Okay, so looks good. So we're gonna save here. We're on day 48. Tomorrow night, I don't know if I'm going to be on. I might be going to a poetry event. See, I'm trying to be social, and so I think I'll do that. And then Wednesday we'll see. I had thought about going to another poetry event, but maybe that's too extroverted for me, and I'll just have to do one event this week. In any case, thanks again for hanging out with me. We'll, as is our custom, we'll read one final poem. Let's see. What do we got here? How the world fits together. Hey, thanks for the follow, Keishila. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, I should have done that kind of blurb here. I'm a writer. I'm the author of 2 books of poetry, and I've lately been working on opera libretto, doing a bunch of other things. But in any case, we always finish off the stream by reading something, and so we're going to read something from, I think this looks like from my first book. This is from The Lost Country of Sight, published by Anhinga Press in 2008, winner of the 2007 Philip Levine Prize. And this poem is entitled How the World Fits Together. Okay. How the world fits together. At best, awkwardly, like new stones in an old wall mended by strangers, or the way the dead descend into the earth, drifting like lost teeth in a broken jaw, nothing certain of place. Each fragment of world a memory carried across the dark soliloquy of water, what passes beneath us and above, the sound of clouds, the character of fire, the slow ease of hammers. Draw me a schematic, a simple diagram of saints, a symbolic representation of the world. Dig here, cross where it is shallow. Here is a silence. Here is a moment. Here is a road. Blackberry and reed, saltwater bridge of sand, iron girder story, false mercy of flame. Outside, the gun bone rattle of children at war, a bus burning like a candle, flickering wax statue of peace. Carry me home in barbed wire tangles, lips of obsidian, eyes like coal, skeleton of bark, dream beneath rivers. The dying, the unyielding curvature of light and longing, the moon's dark mane of cloud trailing and falling till we wake at last, watching, uncertain, our hands merging, folding one into the other, like an echo of storms carried in 100 paper boats, or the endless chain of names which wed the sky to the world below. Here, any god could be my god, the earth, the coin, this bitter map of numbers I taste on your tongue. So a little behind the poem. This is really cryptic, I will admit. And some poems you write with narrative in mind, that you're telling some sort of story and trying to convey, whether it's very obviously a story or there is some sort of narrative impulse, like the poem unfolds in a story-like way. This one is not one of those poems. This is very much a poem that is like kind of a deep dive into associations. I'm responding really off of the title, how the world fits together, and trying to lead myself as a writer into these unexpected twists and turns. And yet hopefully it still makes some sort of dreamlike logic. So I think like this is a type of poem where what we're experiencing is a type of play with language, a type of surprise. And at the same time, there is still something that moves us forward in terms of an unfolding mystery. So that's basically what it is. There are other poems I write that are much more straightforward. This is not one of them. But I do like certain parts of this a lot, even now, years later. I think I really love the moon's dark mane of cloud trailing and falling till we wake at last. Or this like endless chain of names which wed the sky to the world below. And sometimes it's just like sonics, the sound of like things fitting together unexpectedly. Blackberry and reed, saltwater bridge of sand, iron girder story, false mercy of flame. Outside, the gun bone rattle of children at war. There's a sense here, but at the same time, it's also just sort of the music of the language stacking up in a particular way. I'll give you a bonus because this one's so like weird and esoteric. I'll give you one that's a little bit more straightforward. Let's see here. We'll pick a different one. Let's see. Well, that's more of a story. We'll save that for later. That's something a little bit more narrative. We did that one last night. Did that recently. Did that the other day. That's more historical. I'll just pick one. Clearly I'm being indecisive here, so I should pick something. So I'm going to read something from, not from the two books, but from something else. And so this is okay. So this would be considered much more narrative. Like there's a clearer story unfolding. Refusing the dark. Tonight, driving home through what might have been fog or low cloud, I find myself singing out of habit, or perhaps out of some antique sorrow I've forgotten, nestled in the silent space between ribs, the car before me, hidden, a mystery like the road itself, all but buried in river gray. Through the windshield, I can see the lights set high over the freeway, burning like great wheels of fire, and yet nothing like the voice of God enters here. Only the lingering whisper of pavement and tires, that old lullaby full of disappearing and turns. How things merge unexpectedly. In the wind, the bright echo of stars, the animal dead congregating at the side of the road, their eyes fixed in the past. Everything slows down at the curve. Every heart slips a gear, and the lungs give out at last. The body empties itself in such moments, as mine does now, in a single note that trails behind like the memory of fire, the summer that the hills burned, and the sky, black as spilled ink, fills with the names of all I did not know I loved, of everything that comes to the lips to refuse the dark. So that's something a lot more narrative. Like you can hear the story unfolding more directly. You can picture the scene, even though there's like interiority, even though there's a shift inside, there's also a lot that's being described outside, and you can see like the scene move. You see the voice, the speaker moving through this scene. You can picture yourself driving on this like country road late at night, or on the highway late at night. And, this was, I wrote this partly inspired by driving through parts of Southern California in kind of a weird, like long stretches between, let's say, LA and San Diego or Anaheim, right? Go on this long trip to go down to a poetry event and come back. And sometimes coming back, there would be this weird fog that settled in, and everything was hazy. And I'd look up, and there were these great overhead lights over the freeway, because there are long stretches of nothing sometimes. And the lights are meant to shine down and illuminate the freeway so you can see clearly. But with the fog in there, you can't see where the lights are coming from. They're just hovering in the air like they could be like UFOs or something, or straight out of Ezekiel, that kind of great burning wheel of fire. And so that's kind of where that image comes from. And then like there's also kind of a nod or a reference back to William Stafford's poem, Stopping at the Side of the Road, I think it's called. But basically it's about like him coming across a deer that had been struck by another vehicle. And then the deer is alive still, but pregnant and dying. So he hesitates. He's like, what should we do in this moment? And then, the speaker makes this difficult decision about, do you, yeah, basically I won't spoil the poem, but it's kind of a hard poem. It's about difficult choices made in the dark, and so that's kind of like a reference to that. And then, yeah, it just like, and then also that the body empties itself in such moments, like as mine does now in a single note. Sometimes on these long drives, you find yourself singing, sometimes to the music that's in the vehicle, like if you have CDs or radio. And sometimes I don't have anything on at all, and I'm just making weird music for myself. And that's kind of what it is. That single note trails on in the middle of the darkness. You're driving through nowhere and thinking about, what it is that keeps us going, even though it's so dark out there, even though everything's so hazy. We keep going. So that's kind of where that poem comes from. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight and for hanging out with me. We're going to find someone to raid. Yeah, if you like learning more about this stuff, you can always check out more of my poetry here. I am going to find someone to raid. So who do we have up? There's not that many streamers tonight. Wow, I don't really recognize any of these people. Someone is... Okay, Saxophone 98. Know nothing about this person. They are trying to make it to the summit. And they have 1 viewer and 7 followers. You know what? We can go support them. Let's do that. We'll say hi. Yeah, and there's a little bit of that, You know, a lot of poetry is about, you know, our awareness. Like we oftentimes are making small nods to the poems that have inspired us in the past. We're not. How can I put this? I feel like as writers, we never really are writing completely in a vacuum. You know, how we imagine the world, how we write about the world is definitely shaped by what we've read and what we've encountered within our culture. So there is a type of referentiality, a type of way in which we are fluent in, you know, you come to, yeah, I mean, it's the way, like, can you make it through your day without some sort of pop culture reference working its way into your conversation? Probably not. And that's what writing is a type of like weaving together things that feel familiar, but you turn them around in a way that's unexpected. Um, and so you are creating something new, but you're also in dialogue with the people that have gone before you. So done right, it's a respectful dialogue or an interesting dialogue, sometimes even a debate. Done poorly, it just feels like you're ripping people off. That's not what you want to do. Okay, so let's go visit Saxophone, who I know zero about, and they're not even talking on their stream. So, but they're a brand new streamer, 7 followers, 1 viewer. Let's go support. Okay, so we're going to do that. Thank you all, and we'll be back again later this week.